students, now study modern Indian history, Spectrum books. So it is our second video. So now topic is rising resentment against company rule. So start now. Okay. So the tribal movements period region causes at a glance. Panchayat rebellion by the Martial Panchayats 1778. Rajmahal Hills. Okay, Rajmahal Hills you can understand. And so Pahadia mainly it is Pahadia region in the so against the British expansion on their lands. So next, so now it's tribal movement. Okay, so Chawar uprisings. Okay, Chawar uprisings by the Chawar Aboriginal tribesmen. Okay, 1775. Against rise in demands and economic privatization, rise in demand and economic privatization by the British. Coal uprising by the coals of Chhattisgarh, led by Buddha Bhagat, 1831. Against expansion of British rule on their land, transfer of their lands to outsiders. The revolt was suppressed. Ho and Munda uprising by Ho tribes by lead of Raja Parahat 1827, Singhbhum and Chotnagpur against occupation of Singhbhum by British by Ho tribes and the Mundas 1831 against the newly introduced farming revenue policy by the Mundas led by Birsa Munda 1899 to 1900 south of Ranchi. Birsa was captured and imprisoned. The Ulgulan uprising supported by Birsa Munda 1860 to 1920. Okay. The Ulgulan uprising supported by British Munda 1860 to 1920 against introduction of feudal zamindari tenures and exploitation by moneylenders and for forest contractors. Santhal rebellion by the Santhal led by Sidhu and Kanu 1855 to 56 Bihar against the practices of zamindars and moneylenders. The rebellion later turned anti-British and was suppressed. Next, Kondh uprising led by Chakra Bishnoi 1837 to 1856 and later in 1914 hilly region extending from Tamil Nadu to Bengal. In Odisha in 1914 against interference in tribal customs and imposition of new taxes. Next, Naikada movement 1860 Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat against British and caste Hindus. Okay, Kharwar rebellion by the Kharwars 1870 Bihar against revenue settlement activities. Khunda Dora campaign by Khunda Doras led by the Korra Malaya 1900 Darbar region in Visakhapatnam. Bhil revolt 1870 to 1819 and 1913 region of Western Ghats against company rule 1870 to 1819. Okay, and from the Bhil Raj. Next, Bhuyan and Zhuang rebellion by the Bhuyas. Okay, Zhuangs and Gals. First uprising was led by Ratna Nayak. Second uprising was led by Dharnidhar Nayak 1867 to 1868 and in 1901 to 1993. Okay, Keunihar, Odisha against installation of a British protege on the throne after the death of their Raja 1867. Koya revolts by the Koyas and the Khunda Sara chiefs, led by the Tammasura in 1879 to 90, led by British Anantyar in 1886 Eastern Godavari region, Andhra Pradesh, against oppression by police, unlanders, new regulations and denial of their rights over forest areas. Bastar revolt 1910 to 1910 Jagdalpur against new feudals and forest levies. Tana Bhagat movements among the Mundas and Oman tribes led by Jatra Bengal, Bairam Bhagat, who preached that God's benevolent delegate would arrive to free the tribals. 1940 to 1915. Chotanagpur, against interference of outsiders, began as Sanskritization movement. Rampa rebellion led by Aluri Sitarama Raju of the Koyas 1960 1922 to 1924. Rampa rebellion in Andhra Pradesh against British interference. Capture and execution of Raju in 1924. Jharkhand uprising by tribals of Chotanagpur region 1920 onwards. Parts of the Bihar, Orissa and West Bengal and Adivasi Mahasabha was found in 1937, which was replaced by regional Jharkhand Party in 1949. Forest satyagrahas by Chenchu tribes 1920 Guntur district in Andhra by Kharwars of Palamau 1930 Bihar against increasing British control over forest. Gond uprisings to bring together the believers of Gond Dharma. Dharma. Next, Northeast frontier tribal movements. Here, reason major causes. Movement reformed 1857. Okay, Armos revolt 1828 to 1833 against non-fulfillment of the pledge of the company after the Burmese war. The uprising was suppressed by the company by dividing the kingdom. Khasis revolt 1832, hilly region between Jantia and Garo hills led by Nunklao ruler Tirath Singh against the occupation of the hilly region. Singh-Fo's rebellion 1830 Assam led to murder of British political agent of Assam in Singh-Fo's in 1839 was ultimately suppressed. Movements after 1857 Cookies a revolt 1970 to 1919 Manipur and against British policies of recruiting labor during the First World War. Revolts in Tripura against high in-house tax rates, against settlement of outsiders in the region, led by Pariksit Jamatia. The range revolt led by Ratnamani 1942 to 43, led by British Bharti Singh. Zeliang Song movement in Manipur 1920 led by the Jemi protect Jemi Liang Mi and Rangmi tribes against the failure of British to protect them during the Kuki violence in 1917 to 1919. Naga movement in 1905 to 1931 Manipur led by the Jadonang against British rule and for setting off in Nagaraj. Hiraka called 1930 Manipur led by Gaidin Liu. The movement was suppressed by Kabul Naga Association was formed in 1947-46. Other smaller movements were the revolt of the Sintens of Jantia Hills in 1860 to 1862, the Fulaguri Peasants Rebellion in 1861, the revolt of the Saflias in 1873, the uprising of the of the Kachanagas of Kachar in 1882 and a woman in Manipur in 1904. So here he factors responsible for people's assistance, colonial land revenue settlement, heavy burden of new taxes, and evolution of peasants from their land, and eviction of peasants from their land, growth of intermediate revenue collectors, tenants, and moneylenders, expansion of revenue administration over tribal lands, destruction of indigenous industry, and promotion of British manufactured goods, end of patronage and priestly and scholarly classes from character of British rule. Forms of people's uprising, civil uprisings, peasant movements, tribal revolts, military revolts, civil uprising revolts, 1857. Sanyasi revolt, 1833 to 1800, the Bihar and Bengal, Manju Saha, Musa Saha, Bhavani Pathak, and Devi Chaudhary were some important leaders. 1763 to 1800, okay? Sanyasi revolt. And rebellion in Medinipur and Dhalbhum, 1766 to 1767, Bengal, Damodar Singh, Jagannath Dhal. Okay, revolt of Maomaris, okay, 1769 to 1799, Assam and parts of present Bangladesh. Krishna Narayan was an important leader. Civil uprisings in Gorakhpur, Basti, and Baharij, 1781. Uttar Pradesh, revolt of Raja Vijayanagaram, Northern Sirkars, and Vijayram Rauje Chinna, Vijayarama Raju. Okay, was supported by his subjects. Revolt of Bendur, 1797 to 1800, Karnataka, Zundia, Wag, revolt of Kerala, Burma, Pajasi, 1797 to 1805, Kerala, Burma, civil rebellion of Awadh, Eastern Uttar Pradesh, Wazir Ali Khan, uprising in Ganjam and Gamsur, 1835 to 1937, Eastern Odisha, Stikara, Bhanj, Dhananjaya Bhanj, and Dora Bisai, uprising in Palameo, 1800 to 1802, Chodnagpur of Jharkhand. Bhukhan Singh was the leader of the revolt. Polygar's revolt, 1795 to 1805, Tinnevelli, Ramanathapuram, Sivagiri, Madurai, and North Arcot of Tamil Nadu. Kattabo Bomman Nayakan was the important leader. Revolt of Diwan Velu Thampi, 1808 to 1809, Travancore, led by Diwan of State Velu Thampi. Disturbances in Bundelkhand, 1808 to 1812. Regions of Bundelkhand in present Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Laxman Dawa, the Kiladar of Ajaygarh Fort. Darya Singh, the Kiladar of Kalanjar, and Gopal Singh, the military adventurer, were the important insurgents. Parlaki Medi outbreak, Orissa, Narayan Deo, and Gajapati Deo. Kutch Rebellion, 1819 to 1819, Gujarat, Rao Bharmal. Rising of Berili, 1860, Uttar Pradesh, Multi Muhammad Aizwar. I was a religious leader. A resistance against municipal tax turned into the religious jihad. Upsurge in Hathras, 1817, Aligarh and Agra. In Uttar Pradesh, Dayaram and Bhagwant Singh were the important insurgents. Paika rebellion at 1817, Odisha, Bhaksi, Jagabandhu, Vidyadhar, and Mukunda Deva and Dinabandhu Santra were the important leaders. Wagha rising 1818 to 1820, Baroda region of Gujarat led by Wagha chiefs of Okha Mandal. Ahom revolt 1828, Assam led by Gamdhar Konwar and Maharaja Purandar Singh, Narendra Gadadhar Singh and Kumar Rupchand were other leaders. Surat sold agitators. Agitation 1844, Gujarat attacks on the Europeans by the locals of Surat over the issue of increase in salt duty. Okay, Gadkari revolt 1844, Kolhapur in Maharashtra. Gadkaris, a hereditary military class, revolted in the wake of unemployment and agrarians grievances. Revolt of Savanta Bhadi 1844 to 1859, North Konkan coast, Fond, Seventh, Subhananikam, Daji, Laxman and her Savant and Dingnekar were important insurrections. Wahhabi movement 1830 to 1861, Bihar, Bengal, Northwest frontier provinces, Punjab, etc. and Islamist revivalist movement started by Sayyid Ahmed and of Rai Bareli. Kuka movement 1842-1872, Punjab, a religious movement started by Bhagat Jawaharlal, transformed into political one. Ram Singh, a noted leader, deported of Rangoon. Peasants movements. Narkal Beria, uprising 1831, 24 Paragonas, Bengal. Tithumir inspired the Muslim tenants in West Bengal against Hindu landlords. Okay, Pagal Panthias 1825 to 35, Maiman Singh district, Bengal. Karam Saha and his son Shifte rose against Zamindar. Faraji revolt 1838 to 1847. Faridpur, Eastern Bengal. Sariyat Allah, son of the Dadu Miya, was the founder of the religious sect Faraji. And Mapla uprising 1836 to 1854, Malabar region of Kerala against the hike in revenue demand and reduction in field size. Next, okay, tribal revolts. Pahadiya's rebellion, Rajmahal Hills. Okay, Char uprising 1766. And Chaur uprising 1766 to 1773, 1795 to 1816. Midnapur district of Bengal. Important leaders Sam Ganjan, Durjan Singh and Madhav Singh. Coal Mutiny 1831, Ranchi, Singhbhum, Hazaribagh, Palamu, Manbhum, Buddha Bhagat, important leader. Hu and Munda uprising 1820 to 1822, 1833. Okay, and Chonnagpur region, Birsa Munda in 1899 to 1900 led the region. Santhal rebellion, Rajmahal Hill, Bihar. Sidhu and Kanu were important leaders. Kund uprising 1837 to 1856. Hilly tracts extending from the Tamil Nadu to Bengal. Chakra or Missouri, an important leader. Koya revolt in 1803. 1840, 1862, 1862, 1879 to 1880, and Eastern Godavari region revolt, Andhra Pradesh, Tammasura and Raja Anantayar were important leaders. Bhil revolts, okay, Khandesh, Dhar, Malwa, Western Ghats, 1817 to 1819, and Koli Rising, 1839, 1839, and 1844, 1840 Western Ghats. Ramosi Uprising, 1822 to 1829, 1839 to 1841 Western Ghats. Chittur Singh was an important rebel leader. Khasi Uprising, hilly regions between Garo and Jaintia. Garo and Jaintia hills, Sylhet, Khasis, Garos, Ramparts, Khamtis, and Singfords organized themselves under Tirath Singh. Singfords rebellion, 1830 to 1831, 1843 to 1843 Assam Burma border. Mirang Fido led an uprising in 1843. Sipai Mutiny, Vellore Mutiny, Meller Mutiny 1826, Mutiny of 47th Native Infantry Unit, 1824 Revolt of Grenadier Company, 1825 Assam, Mutiny of Solapur in Solapur, 1833 Mutiny of 34th Native Infantry, 1844, last 37, 1852. So next we discuss it. Okay, so friends, thank you.